Hey, you fabulous bunch of people, welcome to Mood, the podcast that's here to sprinkle a little humour, drop some wisdom bombs, and occasionally let out a well-placed swear word or two. Mood, we're relatable as fuck.
Oh, God.
Good. Oh, God.
Episode 13. Unlucky.
13.
And it's been really unlucky, just the lead up to the whole thing, trying to get this bloody off the ground today, honestly.
We're here.
It is the humpiest of hump days. I had one of those days today. How about you?
Oh, fucking, I've had one of those weeks. All right.
Tell Auntie Lexi.
Oh, it's just this sodding toothache is like the worst. Boring, but yeah.
No, not boring. Just it's life. It's just life.
Yeah.
Just this annoying shit that goes on when you just don't really need it right now.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Oh, and what about
Oh, God.
you? What's been going on?
Just one of those days. Just work's been really busy and I've just had loads going on. Just one of those days.
Oh, shit, mate. Fucking hell.
We should film all the things that are just going wrong throughout this whole recording.
Hold on. Bloody hell, I'm so unhealthy. I literally bent down to like pick up that I can't breathe.
Oh my God. Oh God, my earphones falling out. Oh my God. Should we just start all over again?
Should we start again? Right, let's start again.
Yeah. So this is the first episode of Mood. Don't go
What, you want to go that far back?
that far back. It's needed. Let's all our wrongs. Okay,
Right.
go.
And line.
No lie. Oh God.
Right, come on
Oh,
then.
dear.
Where were we? So I've got 50 questions, as you did. So I've done exactly the same. 50 questions. You're going to pick 15. We're going to find out a little bit more about you. However, I've hidden in one of the questions. So if you pick that number, I've got a little surprise and maybe a little bonus round that we might do.
Oh, okay. Exciting.
So I think maybe we just crack on. I want you to pick a number. Yeah, I'm ready.
I'm going to go for my lucky number 2.
What was the last song you listened to?
I've got a very bad habit of like watching things on Instagram and being like, I like that song, and then I would just download it and then I'll rinse the shit out of it.
Or I put it on a playlist where it goes to die. Or
Yeah. And you're like, oh, that song and that one I put in there about 10 years ago.
Yeah.
At the moment, my latest one that I've been listening to is called Ultralight Beam by somebody called Stan Walker. Very kind of gospel-y. So that's what I've been listening to at the moment. That was my last one.
You're in a gospel mood.
I was feeling it. I was getting the vibes.
Yeah.
The singer in me was loving every minute of it.
Okay, so that was a nice easy one to start.
That was a nice easy one. Going to bring me into a full sense of lullaby. I was thinking everything's safe and secure.
Right, give me your next one.
It's thinking 10. Give me 10, please.
What are? It's okay. No, you don't need to say the please or thank you to
Where's
me.
my manners?
Where's my manners? Please? 10.
Please?
Give me 10. What are the 3 values you treasure the most in a friendship?
I'd say honesty. I don't like people that bullshit me. I would rather you keep it real with me. If you think I'm wrong about something, I'll own it. Just tell me. Humor, I think, is a really important one to me. Like, definitely. I want people that, like, they need to be able to laugh at themselves. Like, I laugh at myself, and I'd like to think we could take the piss out of each other, and there's no no one takes it personal. And I guess loyalty, I think it's one of those ones of like when I say loyalty, I mean as in, if I'm not in that room and someone's saying shit about me and like, I'm not expecting you to come back to me and tell me what that person said. That is what it is. But I'm expecting you to stand in my corner if you know that, if that opinion maybe is wrong. I would say like that loyalty is in like, just if you're in a room hearing negative stuff about me, maybe just, right that person's wrongs if it's not the right things.
Just stand up for you.
That's it.
I think very similar to you. Like, humour you have to be able to like laugh.
Yeah.
Laugh at yourself. Like, I quite like a dry sense of humour as well. And one of those ones where you're like in a conversation in a group and you kind of say something a little bit off the cuff, and then you catch someone's eye and they're like, "Yeah, I get it. I got that joke. I like that."
That inappropriate humour.
That's it. That's the one, the inappropriate humour. Someone who, I think for me, again, is someone who is like unapologetically themselves, like just doesn't give a shit. Like, doesn't care what people think. I like that.
Yeah. I think just that authenticity, right? Like, I want people to be real with me, and I don't want them to have to be filtered. They have to be a certain way with me and stuff. Like,
yes.
Give me who you are. I want the good, bad, and ugly versions of you, and
Exactly. And if someone's like that, you can almost kind of guarantee that actually everything else about them and their and the friendship with you is the same, like, is, you know, is raw, is authentic, is real. And then loyalty, I think, same as you.
Here's the thing though, like with the loyalty one, I always get a bit like, I want it, but at the same time I understand it's quite a tricky one, right? Because I'm also loyal as in, like, if someone's, if I think someone's wrong about someone's on an opinion, I'll say it. But if someone says shit to me about somebody else, I'm not gonna go to that person and be like, oh, they were chatting shit. But like, I just feel like it's like, it's not most times people are just venting about somebody or something. That doesn't mean they necessarily hate that person or whatever. It might be that, you know, so really pissed me off the other day.
Yeah,
not my problem. Like, let them. That's their beef, not mine. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm friends with both of you. If I think you're right, you're right. If I think you're wrong, you're wrong. Like, I'll say it. And that's it. So yeah, that loyalty one's a little bit like, ugh, like a bit of a dodge one, but yeah.
Give me number 3. We might like whack through 50 questions. Who knows?
I know. Let's go.
These are quick fire ones.
Yeah, they're nice and easy ones. Number 27.
What's something that gives you the ick?
I say this one a lot. I can't, but it's only really, I guess it would only apply to Ricky. I can't stand a guy being completely naked, socks on, just socks on. That just gives me instant ick. Like, I just can't. I find that such a turn off. What's that one that gives me ick overall? I think people that aren't self-aware, maybe like they don't kind of read the room and they say stuff at a time. I don't know, like, or it's like an embarrassment thing. I don't know, like, is that maybe the ick, or am I just sort of embarrassed for you? Like, that secondhand embarrassment's not really the one. When someone's just making a fool of themselves, I think, and they're unaware of it, I think that is a bit of like an ick thing. But yeah, actual ick for Ricky is naked. No, just socks on. And that's always been a thing, no matter who I've been with, by the way. That's just like an overall, I just find it gag. Like, you've made all that effort to take everything else off.
But maybe their feet are cold.
I don't care. That's their problem. I don't care. You can't give me, I need to be aesthetically pleased. I can't. Is that about you? I don't care if your feet are cold. I'm naked, I'm cold. Like, it speaks two of us. Like, and the thing is, if somebody knows that, like, if I've been with someone in the past and they know that, they've done it on purpose, knowing that I can't bear that. So it's like, yeah. So that's my random ick. Do you know, there's probably loads more. It's just because you've caught me off guard with the ick thing. That was the first instant one that came into my head was, if you're gonna take it off, take it all off. Let's not fuck around here.
Yeah, you can come back if you think of any more icks.
43.
When do you feel the most courageous?
There's 2 places I think I feel most courageous. I think one is in the gym, because I kind of go into like, don't give a shit mood. I'm like going there to focus. I feel brave. I don't feel like, oh, do you mind if I just take this down? But like, I own it. Like, I don't know, like, I'm not scared. And I feel like I have to walk around Billy Big Bollocks a little bit, because I don't know, there's just like a presence in the gym. And then the other time I feel courageous, I guess, is actually when I'm on stage singing, because I'm like, I know, like, it's going to sound really arrogant. I know I can sing. Like, I sing. I wouldn't otherwise get up on a stage to do it. Does that make sense? Like, I feel confident enough that I can say that. So then the courageous side is like, I feel brave and I don't care. It's me. It's like my other persona. It's like my singing persona. So that's my, those are the 2 times I would say I'm courageous. What about you?
I think when I'm out with my kids, I feel like strong. I feel like I have to be like a strong mama bear type thing. Yeah, for sure. I just feel like I'm always on guard, especially because like what's happened obviously recently and things like that. And I would do like anything, and like no one shouldn't ever cross my path. If anyone was to ever like come across and try and harm my kids, you know, I think I would just turn like raging bull. But
I think like lately, I don't know, because I guess everything that's going on, but just in general, I feel like when I'm out and about, I have to kind of be this, like, I've got to walk around with this like no bullshit confidence, because I think people can be aware when you're not. And I think especially as a girl, it sounds crazy I even have to say that, as a woman you do feel like this morning I was walking and I was like, this van randomly like pulled over like on the other side of the road, and it wasn't even anything bad, but they like, as soon as they pulled over, they looked at me and I looked over, And then it made me like clock him again. And I was like, this guy comes out now and does anything. Because unfortunately, you have to think like that. Like, if this guy just comes out and tries something now, I have to be on it. So I do walk around with that kind of like I'm smiley to if I feel like I'm safe, obviously, but if I feel like I'm not, or if someone just looks at me for a moment too longer than they should do usually, then I am a bit like, I do. You have to go into like stealth mode. It's crazy.
Absolutely.
So it's not cool.
I used to get people say to me, I saw you at the station, but like, you really didn't look like you wanted anyone to touch you or not touch you, like to speak to you or approach you. Yeah. And it's like, that's not my intention at all. But like, you do kind of go around with like, you have to, especially where I grew up as well. And like, I used to just get girls who used to just walk past me and just like kiss their teeth at me for no reason, and just like, and just look you up and down like you're a piece of shit. So like, I learned very quickly, like growing up, that actually, no, the only way to kind of survive was to like go out and not show weakness, like you say, like go up and like hold your chin up, like no matter what, no matter if you're kind of shit scared inside or whatever, like you have to, you have to believe that actually, no one is going to touch you, and they won't, because you kind of go out there with this, so far touch wood. Touch wood, like I've had it like I've had it where someone has like come and approached me and I've been polite and they've not taken the hint, and then try to like follow me 3 blocks to the point where you have to turn around and be like, you need to fuck off. Get times where like I think I've now got to the point where I'm almost a bit on the defense as soon as somebody comes over that I don't know, because you're like, what do you want? Who are you? Like, even the gym yesterday, I posted on, for those who aren't on my Instagram. So yesterday, I got chatted up in the gym randomly, and the guy came over, and I was like in the middle of a set. I just felt someone sort of like standing next to me, and I like looked up and I like took my earphones out and I was like, hi. They were like, hi. I was like, and he was like, oh, I see you work. I saw you working out, and I was like, yep. And then because in my head I'm like, get to the point, like I know you've come over for a reason, right? But the thing is, because I've been burnt in the past where I've tried to be polite and they don't get the hint, I now have to be a bit like an asshole, and it's there's this really hard balance of are they going to get it? Are they going to? You don't want to be arrogant as well. Like, imagine they just say,
for sure.
I was just coming to ask you what the time was. Sorry, I got a husband. I'm married. And like,
it just like. And also because I don't wear my rings when I'm working out, and like when me and Ricky go for when Ricky and I go for a workout, we are completely opposite sides of the gym. Like we walk in together, we walk out together. That's kind of it. It's very rare that we go out to each other. He was a bit like, I see you working out in the gym, and I was like, yep. It was just this awkward like gap in between each part of the conversation. He was like, I was like, yeah, and he's like, when do you come to the gym? Who asks that? And I was just like, whenever. Like, because I'm obviously not going to give you my schedule. Well, on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 10 o'clock, I tend to be, you know what I mean? Like, at this time, like, so I was just be like, whenever. He was like, okay. And I was like, so I'm going to finish my set. I was like, so I'm going to, as in like to say, cool, but like off you go. And then he was just like, what's your name? And I was like, Lex. And he was like, I didn't even ask what his name was, he just told me. He was like, I'm Charles. I was like, okay, cool. And then he was like, I'd really like to get to know you. And I was like, sorry, you can't because I'm married. I was like, but you can like, no, I didn't even say it like that. I said, oh, sorry, you can't, but my husband's over there if you want to get to know him better as well. And then he literally was just like, because by this point I'd like lost patience. You're now delaying my set. So I was just like, I just was basically like that. And then he was like, oh shit, I'm really sorry, you have a good evening. And that was it. Like, it was fine. Like, it was like, it sounds cold and standoffish, but it wasn't. It's like, it was like, like being nice, but also like, I know what you're going to say. Just get like, without sounding like an arrogant prick, like get on with it. Let's just, because also, like you said, you don't want to, as soon as someone starts talking to you, go, I've got somebody, because they might be like you said, I just wanted to borrow this dumbbell, bitch. Like, I'm not actually interested in you. Like, so I need to be humble.
Exactly.
So yeah, that was I can't even remember what the question was now, but that was basically, the courageous thing. Yeah.
Courageous, when do you feel courageous?
Courageous. When I'm in the gym and someone's trying to chat me up and I'm busy.
Nice.
Next one, let's go with 16.
What's one thing you're really bad at?
Finishing projects. I am, apart from mood's been doing all right, but I have a very, very bad habit of wanting to start something. And do you know what? If it's like projects where it's got other people involved in it, I kind of have to finish it because I've got people that are relying on me to get it done, right? And I'm very good at like very lastminute.com with deadlines. Like I will leave everything to last minute and then get it done. But if it's, for example, like a house project, say like for example, fine example, I thought years ago I got these tables that were upcycled. Years ago. No, that's not the bad of it. I needed a bit of a paint up, and I was like, I want to change the colour. They're black, and I wanted them grey. Bought the spray, bought like the top bit for it. Do you think I've literally sprayed one bit of it, called it a day because the spray was getting too much for me, and it's been sitting there ever since, and it's been about a year at least, and I've been like, I'll get it done, and it's just so I'd say getting actual things done, like things like that, I'm the worst for it, and I have to really push myself to do it. Very bad. I've got a bit better with some bits and pieces, but that project is still I've started other projects and completed them, but that project's still sitting there. But you, what's like your worst?
I was going to say we're so similar in that respect, and you're scaring me because I have literally just committed to go, do you know what, I'm going to repaint the entire kitchen, like the kitchen cupboards and stuff like that. And so I've been saying this for months and months and months. I'm like, I really want to repaint the kitchen, make it a bit brighter, blah blah blah. Anyway, finally got round to like ordering the stuff, like the paint and the roller and the sander and all. So it's sitting there. To be fair, it's only been there for like a week, not even a week yet. But I'm like, in my head, I'm like, how long is it really going to be sitting there? I'm like, when am I honestly going to find the time to repaint the entire kitchen?
Who's got the time, honestly?
Exactly. But I walk around the house and I'm like, it'd be really good to like repaint this or redecorate that, or wouldn't it be really good if we did this? And also, which I'm really bad, like pictures and stuff. I always like print off kind of pictures that I want to hang, and I really want to have like artwork up on the wall, and I'm just shit at it. But yeah, I think it's quite similar in that respect.
Yeah, it sounds like it. I would definitely just hire a painter, because I've like, even like Ricky used to do painting and decorating, right? Even to get him to do it, because it's finding time to do it as well, and it's not a quick thing, like you said. It just I mean, we've been here like 6 years, and I think we only finished painting like maybe the last year or two. Do you know what I mean? Like, it was just, there was always something that needed to get done, or a top up. And then but to be fair, my fault as well is that I was then like, we should change the colour in this room. So then obviously we repainted everything again. So mate, just honestly get someone to do the painting. It's so much flipping easier, I promise you. I
always wanted to, like, on my list, and this has been years, like, to try DIY. So I wanted to build like a pallet sofa out in the garden.
Yeah.
Dave literally just rolls his eyes at me every time. Like, have you got any pallets? He's like, shut up now. Like, I've been saying it for about 5 years. I've looked it all up. And do you know when it just, those stupid things come up on Facebook and Instagram, like, I could do that. That looks really easy.
Yeah.
Just sand it, 3 pallets. Yeah, why not?
The thought's always there, but the actual actioning it is on another level.
This is always. When you start, you're like, why the fuck did I start this?
I've just started doing selling stuff on Vinted. I've actually done it, believe it or not. Like, I actually spent the evening setting everything up and like taking all my pictures, and now it's great. The thing is, now people are starting to buy stuff, and I have been delivering it, but at the same time I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake. Yeah, now I'm like, oh, now I've got to go and bloody deliver the bastards. Like, this morning I was so annoyed as well, because I actually got up and I was like, right, I'll go for a walk, I'll go and deliver and they were for 2 different places as well. And then it's only when I got to one of them, they were like, yeah, you need to come back at 9 o'clock. And I was like, oh, for fuck's sake. So then I had to walk all the way back with this massive parcel in my hand, and it happened to be the bigger one as well. My arm was hurt because I didn't bother to take a bag, I was just holding it in my hand. So I was like, oh, for fuck's sake, I've never do that again.
Yeah,
I know. And someone else is just going to bought something now too, so I'm like, oh, for God's sake, like, I want the money, but still.
I need to do that. I'll add it to my never-ending list of things to do. I was going to say my other one was like build a pagoda. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking.
Mate, I mean, what is it? This. You know what? I feel like you're kind of like a Pinterest girl that gets like an idea in your head, and you're like, yeah, let's do this, and then we just never get it done.
Okay. Number 5.
Number 3, please. I just feel really rude. I'm like, please.
Where do you find inspiration?
Do you know what? It depends on what it is. I think anything lately where it's like about fitness, health, looking after myself and stuff, I would say I find that in the people that I actually have surrounded around me, for starters, as in like the new friendship groups as well that I've made. And unfortunately, it's going to sound really lame when I say this, but social media, like I get inspired by other people sharing their stories about things. So yeah, that's literally it. Like it's surrounded by who I want to be surrounded by. Me see people working hard and looking after themselves, or just doing things in general. Like my inspiration mainly, as you notice, like it's probably just all around like health and fitness, and but I guess also from like people that are trying to better themselves in general, like as in like try and right wrongs, try and work on themselves from a mental perspective as well. I think those are the people that inspire me. Those are the people that are like they've come from like a certain place, or they've been through something and look where they're at now. Like I think that inspires me to kind of keep pushing on and doing what I'm doing. And then I think that's kind of, and like music, I think I get inspired by music. I think just as in singing wise in general, I think too, because I'm like I love hearing different kinds of vocals and being like, I want to try that, like that. Wow, let me give that a go, and that. And I think those are the two things. I'm a bit boring with things like that. Like it's not.
Sorry. No.
This podcast has been an absolute mess.
Oh my goodness me.
The net's going to be out of breath again, bending down. Hang on.
I will.
Do you know we should for a laugh? We should do like a topless one that you don't see anything, but we're like literally like this throughout the whole thing and see like just yeah.
Or do you watch Ramesh? Do you ever watch any of his main shows? Like the Ranga Nation, remember when he like, during COVID, and they had all the people on the screen, and at the end of it, the celebrities had to decide which one of them did the whole episode without any trousers on, and so they had to like do them. They had to like pick them off one by one, and you'd be like, no, it's not me, and then but it was only two of us, so it's only like 50-50 chance of who it would be. Well, one of us doesn't have trousers on. Who do you think's been sitting here like in their pants?
I think we should get Jamal on that one. I feel like Jamal would be totally up.
That would be a good one.
He would be happy to take them off, and he would be happy to take them off, and he'd be happy for one of us to have them off.
If you're listening,
he'd be like, "What the hell? Yeah, I'm on it."
Right, number
35.
Ooh, if you could have a new skill instantly, what would you choose?
Oh, play the guitar, hands down. I've always wanted to play the guitar. Yeah, I love the guitar. It's like one of my favourite instruments. Can't fucking play it for shit. I've tried. Have
you had lessons? You take lessons? You learn off YouTube?
No, I did try off YouTube years ago. My stepdad's got a guitar. And also we've worked out that I actually hold the guitar the other way, that I shouldn't. Like I'm right-handed, right? But I hold it as if I'm left-handed. Just feels comfier. Right. I went through a whole thing of sacrificing my nails, everything to learn, and like I just couldn't.
It's not worth it.
Well, worth it. Like all I ended up was like just ugly hands and no talent. Like I'm gonna say this and it's gonna sound really wrong. I just couldn't get the fingering. Like I couldn't get the fingering right. I've got no talent in fingering. There we go.
That's a good one. I think that would be the same. Yeah. But Dave taught himself guitar off YouTube. He did a few lessons and he taught himself the rest off YouTube, just like songs and stuff. I just feel like the guitar's too big for me. I don't know. I've tried to hold it and I'm like, I don't get it. Like I played instruments, just like I played the piano and I did like the clarinet when I was in school and stuff. But like the guitar, I think I'd love to play it. I just think it's not right. It's not the right one. It's not the right instrument for me. It'd be so
sick. Do you know what it is? Like, because I can play very basic piano because I learnt piano when I was really young, and like because I've got like a musical ear, like I can hear it and I can play it, but actual playing it, like music theory and stuff, I was never really that good. I think my problem is the opposite. I'm too big for the guitar, so like, so if it's like an acoustic, bear in mind like an acoustic, right? Like that's gonna come out to here alone, and I've got to try and like get over my. Like, do I rest my tit on one of them as I'm doing it? Like, it's just too much. There's just too much of me. Like, I'll engulf it. Like, I just rest my boob on it. Like, I swear to God. And then, like, also, obviously, like, I obviously lost weight, but like my stomach is obviously in the way too. So I just feel like I'm like hunched over it like that. So no wonder I can't fucking play it, because I can't bloody reach the bastard. So there is that as well. Yeah, guitar. So I think we both agree musical instrument is the one, but guitar is obviously the main one.
Yeah, musical or DIY. Like if I had any DIY talent, maybe some of my shit would get done.
Like the DIY one is just, you know what, I watch so many people online, and especially when women do DIY stuff, and I'm like, yes, like they know their shit, and like I do like putting things together, But I have a very bad habit of I stick a bit too much to instructions, but to the point where I focus on something else and I've skipped I've skipped a part, and then I've ended up putting something together too soon that I shouldn't have done. So there's that as well. But DIY stuff is definitely just a practice. I would definitely believe that's a practice make perfect on that one. Guitar, I just feel like you've either got it or you don't. And in our case, we don't. I don't have the body for it or the fingers.
Moving swiftly on. Question 7.
50.
If you had £10,000 today, how would you spend it? If you had to spend £10,000 today, how would you spend it?
I had to actually spend it. I'm really torn. A part of me wants to be completely selfish and spend it on myself, and then the other part of me wants to spend it on my family. I think, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's hard because like, in my head, it's like if it was for me, I would literally book a first class ticket to go to Australia, even though even probably 10k might not cover it, but that's kind of like the thing, because where I went before it was premium economy, which is nice. It's, you know, it's not great, obviously. It's still economy essentially. It's a long way to go, and it's like I would love to have just that luxury of actually flying in comfort and sleep. But to be fair, I'd probably do like a big holiday with my family, to be honest with you. Like, you know, we're all getting older, and it'd just be nice to do something a little bit more, you know, a bit more out there. Or actually maybe like a Christmas thing I've always wanted to do. You know, when you when you see on them really soppy shit romantic like Christmas comedies that, like, you know, your mum kind of watches, then really you know, the one that the girl's gone to find herself and like she falls in love with some guy that she used to go to school with, all that shit. But they always seem to have like these really amazing like cabins and stuff, and like I would love to just have like a big proper Christmas cabin, like snow, like the whole works, and just have like a big family get together.
Woolly hat,
everyone's got like matching pajamas and shit. Like the cringe level, maybe that's the ick. I don't know.
I love that.
I would do something like that with my family. I think have like a really good fucking Christmas.
Oh, what a good idea. I think I'd do the same. A holiday. I think I'd immediately, if I had to spend it today, I'd be like, right, we're booking a holiday, we're going somewhere, make it an epic one.
I feel like you could. I like, because in my head it's like I think it's just the venue, and everything else you make it exciting. Do you know what I mean? It's not what you do, it's who you do it with. I'm a big believer of that. So that would definitely be it. Oh, I feel like we spent, all right, hang on, you didn't say, if it was the 10k just for yourself, what would you spend it on? It's hard because like nothing's permanent in whatever you spend that money. To be fair, I suppose if I had like something right now, what I could really do is a whole fucking new wardrobe, because like of clothing, because as I've like lost weight, I'm like everything's either too big, too small for starters, and then like I feel like my fashion is kind of changing because I've lost weight. So I'm like, oh, now I want to dress, I want to wear this and this. But I sort of like, it's just, I would basically, I wouldn't go expensive. Like Shein would literally be my go-to. I would spend 10 grand worth on Shein. Literally, legit, so much stuff. 10 grand, I'll be fucking laughing. And I'd still be putting in my voucher codes and everything to get discounts so I could get more stuff. Because, you know, I'm thrifty like that. So,
100%. Use your profits of Vinted as well.
Legit, yeah, exactly. So that's the other thing I would probably spend it on.
I don't know. What would I do to spend it on myself? Let's come back to that one. Right.
Let's do 8 because it's 8. Let's try something different.
8 because it's 8. Oh, do you have any special traditions for the new year?
I used to do. I haven't done it in a long time. Well, I used to have this thing that when it was New Year's, I would then like obviously with the family, you know, like all that stuff, and then I'd get whoever was with me to like stand outside and scream Happy New Year to the neighbours. That was like my go-to. Yeah. But I guess nowadays, because everyone's so fucking unfriendly, like we just don't do that anymore. Probably get told to shut up. So no, but that was the thing. That was the thing I always used to do. I'd just go out and be like, Happy New Year, like so loud to like shout in the new year essentially. But no, that's it. What about you? Do you have anything like that?
Yeah, so my parents are quite my family are quite superstitious, so we did quite a few. Like they kind of like dwindled a little bit as we got older and as we moved out and stuff. But when I was younger, so one thing my mum used to do was like turn on all the lights in the house, like when midnight hit. So they were also the house was bright. She also did the thing shouting out. She'd be like, Happy New Year, Happy New Year, open the door and shout out. And then they used to throw like rice and money around the house. So you'd have like a bowl of raw rice with like coins in it, and you'd throw it around you'd throw it in every room of the house.
Interesting.
So that every house was like you know, you'd have good health, good wealth, and all of that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
What was the other one? My mum always used to tell me to like jump up and down so I would grow in the new year. It didn't work. I did jump, it didn't work.
I mean,
it didn't work.
I mean,
but I did.
I'm not saying anything. No comment on that one.
She's like, jump up and down, otherwise you won't grow.
Your mum knew you were going to be short, right? So she was like, let's just lie.
What else did they used to do? Yeah. Oh, and then my mum cooks like these little. She still does this now at home. So even though I'm not with her, she cooks like these little like rice balls. So she cooks it at like 10 to 12, so that by midnight they like rise up and they're like little floating rice cakes and stuff. Yeah,
cute.
Did I take any? Oh, the last one. I still do this one though, and my mum still does this one. So you set up like your table so that everything on the table is round for New Year's.
That's a good idea. I like that idea. That's just, it's different, like, because everyone's got their own like tradition. Or you get, like, I've got a mate of mine that I used to work with, and she literally every year on purpose goes to bed before New Year's hits. She's like, she's so, she hates New Year's so much that she just will sleep, like she'll sleep her New Year.
So she's never seen
crazy.
it in.
Basically, yeah. I guess I haven't had a bad experience of it, or she just hates it. I mean, it is. Yeah. It's a weird one, right? New Year's, because like there's always like a big hype around doing something for it.
Exactly.
And like the last 2 years, we've not really done anything, or we'll go out for maybe like dinner, or we'll just do something at home. And then the last one we had, like half my family had COVID, so we ended up like about 4 or 5 less of us than it was meant to be. So it was just a bit like dead, because obviously I was like my mum wasn't there. Who was it? Like my mum, I think both my aunties weren't there. So like we had everybody else, but like my mum's quite a big presence, so it's just like with her not being there was a bit like it was a bit obvious that someone was missing from the group. But my grandparents used to, bless them, because someone's like, my mum usually used to be out on the lash with my aunties and stuff. They'd all be out having a party when it was New Year's. So my grandparents would like get out their little like nuts and crisps and like a little whiskey and all that, and then they'd switch all the lights off when it was New Year's, and then they'd switch them all back on again. It was like their little thing. Like,
oh, that's so cute.
It was very cute. Like that was like our little thing. They'd let us stay up, and then they would celebrate with us, and then we would like go to bed. But do you know what? It's those moments that I would like kill to have again, more so than like anything else. Do you know what I mean? It's like just those like experiences that you can't obviously do anymore with like your family that aren't with us anymore, like, or when you were a kid. Like I think them, that's way more fun than anything else that I think we've got planned for New Year's 100%. In general.
What do you do like these days then?
But my brother always wants us to go out for dinner. If we book it in advance, like it's not so bad, but we won't stay out for like the New Year's, but we'll like go out like 8 o'clock, say go out for dinner, and then we'll come back and like see the New Year in the house instead. But what about you guys? Obviously, because you've got kids and that, do you just stay home?
Yeah, we haven't done anything like the last couple of years, to be honest.
Just so expensive as well.
Expensive, and like trying to get people to kind of commit to it and stuff like that. Last couple of years, like nothing really, like stayed at home, had a takeaway. That's it. And it can be a bit overrated. Like we have been out in New Year's like when we were younger.
I've never done, and I don't think I ever will do, I've never gone like into London to do it, because I just think that's like I cannot think of anything worse than trying to travel. And it's just the idea of so many people around me is like, no, I'm alright, thanks. Like, and where's the toilet at? I'm not even
exactly.
About that. Not about that.
I did Edinburgh like years ago, and you're literally like this at New Year's, like you cannot move for people, and it's like Happy New Year.
It's the worst thing.
Just like, no,
you're like, fuck off. Like, I'm just gonna stay open.
Right, we are question number 9.
I'm not hit any of your like bonus ones yet. Actually, I've just realised that's to try and guess. I'm gonna go with 30.
It was close.
Okay.
What book do you own but have never read?
Oh, hang on. I'll get that for you right now. One moment, caller. I bought this book thinking, I did start reading it and then I just got bored of it. I bought this book because I thought it was more like a advice book. Not advice, I just wanted to read on like people's lives. So because this person so there's a guy called Daniel Chidiak, and he has an Instagram account, and all his Instagram account stuff is about relationships and breakups and like red flags and all that stuff. So I was like, brilliant, because I love shit like that. So it's called The Modern Breakup.
Oh, hello.
But it's not about that. It's actually more so about like a story. It's a story about a girl that's with a guy. And I got into like a couple pages of it. Yeah, and I was like, oh, it's not what I wanted. I thought this was like a life book, like an advice book kind of thing. Because I like stuff like that. I'm more interested in that. So basically, this book is a book that has never been read. I really should just get rid of it, to be honest, but it sits there looking pretty with all my other stuff. Have you got any books like that?
I've got many, many, many books like that.
Same. That's just the one that came into my head instantly.
Yeah, I love the thought of like going into bookshops like Waterstones and like just getting like we've spoken about this before, like getting a fresh book, and like the intention is always there. I'm going to put my phone away and like for 30 minutes I'm going to read something rather than be on my phone or scroll on my phone or whatever. And so I like going into Waterstones and Smiths and like looking at the top 10 and going, oh, what's good. I've even signed up to the library. Like this week I did it for like 'cause the kids are on holidays and stuff. I put it off for ages because I had like 2 books which were like 2 years overdue, and I was like, oh fuck, I probably should just go.
Maybe take this back. Maybe.
Yeah, no, I took them back. So I don't know. So I haven't yet taken out any books. But also Dave reads a lot, and so he's like, just read some of these. He's like into like crime novels and stuff like that.
I used to love stuff like that.
Yes, he's got loads of those. He's like, just read some of these. So I did. You know, J.K. Rowling, she operates under Robert Galbraith, so she does like adult, she writes adult books. So I actually have read one of those, but then the series came out on BBC, so I watched it.
Yeah, this is the thing. Like, I used to love reading, like, and I used to like, if I read a book, I had to have to read it there and then. Like, I couldn't do this. I'll open it now. I'll open it 3 months later. Like, no, I would like binge read over like a couple of days. I think, and I'll be honest, I don't like audiobooks. I'm not a big fan of them. Like, it's not really my thing. And I also, oh god, what are they called? Like, I don't like e-readers and stuff, for example, right? Like, I don't want to use a pad and stuff. For me, like, to see something like this and be like, I read all of that, like, I feel like, and I'm a bit old school. I really like a proper book. I feel like nowadays though, because like my attention span is just shockingly shit, and that's a lot of being on phone a lot. I find that if it hasn't got me in the first couple of minutes, like I just forget to go back to it, or I just don't bother. I do want to get back into reading again. Like, I want to be able to have a book, sit and read it. It's just the discipline that I've lost. Yeah, it's just, and it's a very bad habit of mine, that because I do love books. I love buying them. I used to love loads of like psychology ones, like self-help stuff, and I love like thrillers and crime ones as well. I need to get back into reading. I need to have that discipline to actually sit and read a book again, and because I've still got books that I'll buy them and then I haven't actually gone through them. Or my brother's a massive, like, he loves books. Like, he reads basically on the daily. He does use his phone a lot, but he will read a book like on the way to work, on the way home, like when he's at home. But his stuff's super deep. Like, he goes into real, like, he reads about religion, about like crimes, about like politics, like everything. He's very deep thinker, deep reader, and I love that he's like that. And I kind of wish I was a bit more like that. But yeah, my attention span's pretty bad. So,
exactly the same. I'm exactly the same. Like, I went into the library the other day going, people have literally, like, people who don't have resource, like, who didn't, like, maybe 20, 30 years ago, whatever, when we were still kind of young, who didn't really have resources to anything, like to like university or whatever, or, you know, internet or stuff like that, would literally just go into the library and read books and teach themselves from books. And that really, like, fascinated me, like, going into the library the other day, going, I could literally come in here every day, get a book and teach myself something new.
Yeah, it's literally that.
I could just do that on the internet. But do you know what I mean? Like,
that's the point. That's the bad thing. Like, our attention spans nowadays are bad, but also the ability to take information in, I think we really struggle with these days, which is terrible. And I just wish I wasn't so bad. I mean, I can do it. Like, if I really push myself to do it, I'm sure we can all do it. But it's just that ease of getting information as quickly as possible.
This is it. And I always ask for books at Christmas as well. Like, but I was like you. I used to love reading. Like, my mum used to get me like all the Judy Blooms, Jacqueline Wilson when I was younger. Yeah. All of those teenage, like, I would just never. I wouldn't have put a book down. Always, until I turned like 16. And then that was it, out the window. I
think mine's been in the last 10 years, maybe. It's got to that point. I'm going to blame it on Ricky, because that's how long we've been together for. So I'm just going to say it's his fault.
I don't read anymore.
Yeah, it's your fault. The thing is, he's the same. Like, he wants to like buy a book, but he won't finish reading it. He never finishes it. He's just as bad.
Yeah.
It's like he loses interest or he just forgets about it. And it's just very bad. Or I used to read it before bed, but then I'd feel really tired and then I'd be like, right, well, I can't read anymore now because I'm knackered. So yeah.
Or
pain.
like it just wouldn't go in, or like you'd be reading like 2 pages and like, what just happened?
Yeah, I used to do that a lot of like having to like reread the same line over and over again because I just didn't take in what the fuck I just read. Like, so bad. I mean, I kind of a self-diagnosed essentially as such, but I do follow a lot of the traits of somebody with like potentially ADHD.
And stop it. Yeah. That's what I was looking at the other day as well.
Honestly, like it's always been something that I've always been kind of aware of, and it was like the more that and I know everyone was like, oh, you're just saying that because you know everyone's saying they've got it at the moment, but it's like I've always felt like that even before this. I always felt like I struggle with certain things and I struggle to take in certain information, or I zone out quite easily. I've got a habit of like interrupting people over talking, like all those like I match basically if everything I've read about I match pretty much every single symptom, and I've got a friend who does have it, and then we had a bit of conversation about it and he was like, oh yeah, I always thought you had it. It was like kind of like sort of acknowledged it as such. So yeah,
that's it. One of the ones that got me was you know what you need to do, like you have all you know exactly what you need to do to get, but you just don't do it.
And I think that's where that procrastination thing comes in as well. I definitely feel like having like coaching and stuff in general has kind of helped with a lot of that as well, as in like understanding myself better, and like I definitely felt like I used to really be quite sensitive to a lot of things. I would react quite like not get angry and stuff, but I would get quite upset quite easily,
passionate,
and I don't
about stuff,
but now I don't feel like I'm like that as much. Maybe I've got a bit colder, I don't know, like but it's not a bad thing I think as well, because I think sometimes you can be a bit too fucking emotional, do you know what I mean? You're like you know. So yeah, there's that. But I feel the fact that you're saying really similar stuff makes me wonder about both of us. So,
honestly, I was saying this to my friends. I was saying that to her as well. Like we joke again, like self-diagnosed. Like this is literally us. But it's strange, isn't it?
Cool.
Right. What was that? One?
So that was 30, and you said I was kind of close. So now I'm like, do I do 31 or do I do 29? Like, I'm gonna go 31.
No. What was the last new thing you tried?
The last new thing I tried.
You are allowed to pass too.
Do you know, I'm going to pass this one because I feel like there's definitely better ones out there. I can't think of anything of like the last new thing I've tried. I'll pass that one. I forgot about my passes. Thanks for that.
No worries. Right. So you're still on you're still on your 10th question.
Let's try 19.
Oof. The most forbidden person you've ever had a crush on.
As in, like, hang on. Very careful with this, I suppose. Give me like an example of someone forbidden, just so I don't put myself really in it.
So I think I had a crush on my teacher when I was probably about 15.
Okay.
What were you thinking?
No, I was thinking stuff like that, but I was thinking like, is there one like that's really bad? I'm just trying to think. Like, I've definitely had like a friend's, like years ago, like a friend's boyfriend, for example. But it wasn't a crush. It was more like if I was like, that's actually someone that I. Go on.
I was going to say it's more like love.
It was love. No, I like, to be fair, I wouldn't say fancy. I wouldn't say like had a massive crush on or anything like that. Like, all right, hang on a second. So I definitely remember like fancying one of my cousin's like partners like years ago. I was really young though, so there was definitely that. And then my mate, like, I've never fancied her boyfriends ever. But there was only like one of them where I was like, yeah, actually I would go out with him. You know, you kind of like, actually I thought he was quite cute, and I felt like. So bad. Personality wise, I feel like I would have got on really well with him. Do you know what I mean? It was like that, but like nothing like that. Like, obviously, it was my mate's boyfriend, and that was it. But there was and they didn't date for very long, to be honest. But that was the only one where I was like, yeah, actually, I could go out with him. Like, I could see myself going out with him as well. Like, but all the others were like, no, I always got on really well with her boyfriends, like always. But like, I never felt anything towards them. But that was the only one where I was like, yeah, actually, you're a bit of all right. That was literally it, though.
And are you still friends with her?
I am still friends. Like, she's married. Like, this is like absolute years ago. But no, other than that, I don't think there's anybody else as such. What about you?
I think for me, it was a teacher when I was like 15. I think it was a supply teacher, but like I went to an all-girls school, so like we were all on bloody heat anyway. Like year 11. Do you know what I mean? Like year 11 students, it's like probably, like looking back, it's probably like younger than what we are now. It's probably about 30 or whatever. But yeah.
Do you know what? Probably now that I'm thinking about it. When I was studying music, I had like 3 tutors, and they were all guys, and they are like still I'm really good friends with, but obviously like I only saw them literally not long ago, but I always used to fancy like one of them in particular, because I used to get on really well with them, but I was an older student, so it wasn't like anything like weird as such. I was in my 20s, and and there was like 2 of them that I used to be like, like there was one that me and my mate used to like kind of fancy, we'd make jokes about, and then there was the other one who I just got on like really well with, that I was like, I would like I wouldn't have said no if like we had both like because I don't know if he was ever single at that point, but it's like we got on really well, so I was always like, I could see myself going out with them, but that was kind of so I had a bit of a crush on them, but that was it. And now I have to be careful because obviously I'm friends with them and it's going to be really awkward, but no, it's all good, to be like, and Ricky knows, because I said to him I used to fancy that person back in the day, so it's not like a secret or anything. But it's just because the more we were talking, I was like, I guess that person is maybe someone I shouldn't have fancied, but I did. So nice. Oh dear.
Do you want to stick with 25, which was your next one, or do you want to?
I'm gonna go. I'm really wanting to try and hit this bonus number. I've no fucking idea where it is. But let's go with 25.
I like this one. What was the biggest lesson you've learned in our friendship?
Oh, in our friendship. Actually, I learned from you, which is just ask someone something if you do something. Don't be afraid to not like approach someone and give them an opportunity. Because if you hadn't come and said to me, you know what, Lex, I think like, do you feel like doing a podcast together? Then like we wouldn't be sitting here now on like episode 13. So and I like really admire you for doing it, because it's something I've always been a bit scared to do myself, or just kind of like didn't want to do it, and then it didn't go ahead. So it kind of made me, when you asked me like, I have to do it because you've asked me, like I absolutely have to do it, because it's something I know I want to do, but I the fact that you asked me, you could have asked anybody, do you know what I mean, like, and we hadn't even really known each other that long when you asked. I love that. So I feel like I learned from you, as in like just ask stuff, just go for it. What have you got to lose?
Absolutely. I think I've learned so much as well from you, and just from like doing this, but not just because it's like the podcast and stuff, but like kind of your journey and what you've been on, and the people you've spoken to, like Nikki, like Anna, like Becca the other day, like all of that. Like there's so many like little tidbits like I've taken from that, and these are all kind of from your, like they're all people from your journey, right, from your most recent journey. And I think that's what was the question? The biggest lesson I think is just to
it's fine if you don't have any lessons you've learned from me. It's all good.
I haven't learned anything from you. You haven't taught me anything.
No, fuck all. Absolutely fuck all.
It's more like I said, I think right at the beginning, was like, I'm not really like one for socials and things like that, and I don't, I have like a private personal page, and it was the most scariest thing to put myself out there, like on a public profile, like my face and my videos and stuff like that. And I just think I'm just not give a shit. This doesn't matter.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, whatever.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
People are going to comment. Yeah. No, I appreciate that, because people are going to comment regardless what you do, what you don't do. Yeah. So, and I just think like, let them. I don't care. Like I literally felt like, when I was younger, I was much more brave and stuff like that. And then I think I just hit a point where, I don't know, like in my 20s, I kind of like shied away a little bit. And I feel like I've wasted a lot of time not really being able to be like 100% me and like be confident in my body regardless of what size I was and all that stuff too. And it just hit a thing where I was like, I don't care anymore. Like, why should I? Like, it's just, people are going to talk anyways. People are going to judge anyway. So let them, like, and I feel happy in the stuff I'm doing. I know, and it's, without sounding arrogant about it, I know that like it inspires other people to want to do stuff too, because I've been told it. So it's like, it makes me want to be out there also, and like just send out positive vibes to people and let them show that you can be yourself and not be afraid to just show up authentically, just for you, not for anybody else. Do it for you.
Do it for you.
Definitely. Do you know what, one thing I will say from my ex was, there was one time he actually said to me, do you know what, you're confident, like this, when I wasn't looking after myself, and he was like, you're really confident, can you imagine what you'd be like like when you really like were happy in yourself, like if you were like if I had like, you know, like looked after myself fitness wise and like been better in a better place and stuff, it was just like, God, you're confident now. Can you imagine what you'd be like if you can you imagine what you'd be like, you know, if you really were happy with yourself? Fuck, you'd be like dangerous. And that's kind of stuck with me. Like if I take anything good from that situation, then there is some words of wisdom here and there that I hold on to, and it's like, actually now I'm fucking dangerous and I'm all right with that. So
absolutely. Right, you've got 4 chances to try and hit this bonus round.
Oh, God damn it. How many bonuses are in there?
Just 1.
Just 1? Oh my God. It's like needle in a haystack like that. God damn it. No wonder I can't.
You might get it.
I might. I've got 4 chances left.
You've got 4 chances to get it.
I'm going to go with, I'll go with like 43. I know you said it's somewhere near 30s, but I've kind of given up. Just like.
Well, no, I said it was. I
20s.
I thought you said it. That's right. Okay. No, you've done 43.
40 then.
So this is a good one, because this will take us on to like future episodes. Is what subject do you wish was taught in every school?
I actually think, I mean, I don't know if it is taught in school, right? Because I obviously I haven't been to school in a really long time. I think is what's really important is things around like consent. And also, and not just like from a sexual perspective, I mean, as in just like, I think self-worth, consent, understanding yourself better, like learning about yourself as a person and learning like I think just actually helping people with like confidence and things like that. There's a lot of like things around, like what happens when someone has a kid and things like that. There's no, and like we'll teach about like maybe like protection essentially, but it's like there's no things around like consensual stuff, for example. And then it's like, I know a lot of the stuff when we've spoken about things, people were saying, I'd love to have known about, I think just life in general, I think is way more important than the stuff we teach about education wise. Like teach what a mortgage is, teach us what pensions are, like help us understand about saving and investing money. And, you know, especially like, you know, we're coming into more of a society where people aren't really wanting to settle down and they do want to be on their own and stuff. So help me to understand, if I have one salary coming in only, how does that help? You know, how can I be able to do X, Y, Z? Like, give me proper career advice. Don't just tell me, I think you'd be good in customer service and then give it, you know what I mean? Like all those things. I think like just really teaching people about life, I think is way more important than learning about what happened in like history and like, yes, it's interesting to know. And unless you're looking to do something specific in something like that, like obviously for certain, like, so if you know, like if you're gonna do like architecture, you need to understand maths really well. Like I get it for things like that, but the actual like everyday life stuff, like most of us aren't going to probably go into those kinds of roles. So it's like help the everyday person to just learn about themselves and learn about managing how to do stuff in life. Absolutely, managing emotions. All those things. I think a lot of it, this is the thing where it's like we just go to social to do that, and like social isn't always right, and it's not always the best, you know, you depending on what you follow and how you're feeling, like it picks up on those behaviors, right? So it's just like there needs to be make learning fun as well. I think that's the other thing, just make it fucking fun. Like no one wants to be sitting in lectures and stuff. Make it interactive. I don't really remember much from school almost, but the things I do remember was bits where actually teachers made us do something proper interactive or have like deep discussions about stuff. Like I remember, for example, my school was teaching about racism, and they were talking about like park situations and things like that, and they actually put us in like scenarios of like to imagine what that person went through, like being on a bus or like being treated differently in school, and actually put us in those situations and kind of reenacted it and role played. And I thought that was way more interesting, and like I understood and got it better, and I was more interested in learning than someone just telling me about it. Do you know what I mean?
Like
so that's I think just make literally like all those things. I think it's important to learn history, absolutely, but make it fun, make it interesting, and that's it. But I'd say like the stuff about learning about, I feel like teenage years are where you're most fucking confused about yourself, and that's where you can kind of go off the rails. I think that would have been more helpful to have that in school rather than just at home as well. Like sometimes for some people school is a safe place, so give them that safe place to be.
Exactly. And I think like we said before, we want to try and do like a whole episode on like a couple of these things as well, and a couple of those topics that you've talked about and that you've picked out there. So I thought it was like a good question to kind of add in. Oh, so we've
got 3 left, right?
Yes. Question 13. Question 13.
I'm gonna go. Should I say 13? It's the bonus one.
You reached the bonus round. We might have to turn our cameras on.
Yay! Okay. Oh, let's see how this works.
It's a really quick one.
I love it.
I have it right.
Yes.
So it's basically, and we will need the cameras for this because it's never have I ever. You know how to play?
Okay.
Yeah. So if you have,
I know how to play. I've only got water though. It's not going to be that exciting.
I thought it was just this was kind of a little snippet. Okay. We'll probably when we're in the studio, we'll do like a full round.
No, I love it. Let's do it. Yeah, for definite. Let me just get ready to drink.
Right,
I wish I'd seen you trying to put it together as well. That'd been hilarious.
Right, you ready? It's just 5. It's only 5.
Yeah, go. It's fun.
Never have I ever sent nudes to someone.
Okay.
I mean, it's not good for the podcast, but it's funny for me.
No, I love it. No, I like it. Keep it in. I think it's great. Just so you know, we sipped water.
Both of us.
Both of us instantly.
Never have I ever tried sexy role play.
I definitely didn't do things like, oh, thank you for like coming around to help me like fix this, but I don't have any money to pay you. Like my husband won't be home for ages. And then I don't have. Is there some way I can repay you? Oh God, yeah, we've been there.
Dropped my pen.
Oh, I don't know how I did that. Oh, sorry. Oh, I forgot my underwear. Shit. Or I used to like doctor and patient kind of thing.
Oh,
would be like, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was patient because you know I like all the attention on me, but
right. Never have I ever had a one night stand.
I've never. That chug was interesting. I've never. I mean, like, okay. I've like. Does it count if you've just like touched each other, but you know actually had sex? But then it was like, but it's someone I knew. Does that count? Like, I don't know.
Like what? Like once? What do you mean?
Like I got off with like a mate of mine. We didn't sleep together, but like we were like touching each other and stuff. Like I didn't
everything, but
it wasn't like everything, but because it was like more just like the hand stuff, nothing else. Like literally that. That may have happened more than once, and now I'm thinking about it. But like, yeah, no, I've never actually had I've never done the thing where I've met someone, had sex, I've never seen them again. Or anything. I've never done that. You seem surprised by it. What are you trying to say? I mean, you know, it's just never too late. No, I've just never. I don't know. I was always scared to do stuff like that. Like I was always a bit afraid of like, who's this person that I'm going home with, and you know, like and things like that. So I was always a bit terrified of it.
Does it count if like they just never called you back?
That's fucking brilliant. No, that's a non-consensual like one night. I didn't ask for it to be a one night stand. It just happened to be a one night stand. That's called ghosting, my love. Yeah. I mean, like, I'm guessing you did it. Okay, no, we haven't finished on that subject. Don't try to get so jealous. Come on now. God. So, hang on. So, you met somebody, like, what was it, like a date, or you just pulled somebody? Like, what was it?
Yeah.
It was both?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, call it that. Yes. It was a bit of both, yeah.
Okay. And you just kind of thought that maybe, like, it would be a bit more of a regular thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ghosted.
Okay, yeah, no. Oh, it's like you were like not aware that it was a one night stand, so I don't know. So technically, no.
Okay.
I guess no, because you thought it would happen again. So if you knew for definite you were never going to do anything with that person again, then I would say no, like it's a one night stand. But that oh well, no,
right,
babe, it wasn't a one night stand.
by default.
Are you okay? Do you need to talk to someone? Like,
I think I do.
You're all right. I'll get Nikki on. She'll get there. Work through it.
Oh, there's a few of those. God.
That was so funny.
Right, 2 more. Never have I ever texted someone while at work.
Mate, I think we've all done that. Definitely in old jobs, yeah, for definite.
Oh, in old jobs.
I was a bit like, I'm you'll learn something about me is I talk a good talk sometimes, but I'm a bit of a pussy in certain situations. I might be like, yeah, let's go. But like a lot of times I'm like, oh no, don't, I changed my mind. Shit, sorry. So,
Don't touch me.
Don't touch me. It depends who, what and where.
Love that. Right, last one. Never have I ever used food in a sexy way in bed. Cheers, love.
Cheers, mate. We definitely need to do a Never Have I Ever sesh. Oh my god, it'll be so much fun. We definitely, fuck me, we need to do that.
Do you like that one? Do you like that little
Yeah, bonus? I actually really liked that one. I'm so glad we got the bonus. That was so worth it. It was funny. Just the one night stand one just killed me. That was so funny. Like, that's anything if they never called you back. Oh god, I fucking love you.
There was about 20, but I was like, oh god, we could be here forever. And I was going to ask if you could bring a proper drink, but I thought, no, let's start slow.
Yeah, let's start slow. We need to, I feel like we definitely need to do that one face to face, because I can't be dealing with shit internet and technical problems when we're trying to drink as well. It'll be a fucking mess.
Oh dear.
So, and then we'll have to sober up after, because then we'll be drunk in London somewhere. So,
Exactly.
Which is not the one.
Yeah. Oh, mate.
Dear.
Okay, right. You ready for your last 2?
Yes, I am. Let's do 12.
Oh, this is a quick one. Do you over or under decorate for the holidays? So, like for Christmas, are you like, oh my god, it's September, I need to get like 20 tinsels? 20 tinsels? I don't know.
That's a bit short. Do you know what? I'm a bit in between. So the tree, yeah, I over decorate the tree. Like I like a busy looking tree. The rest of the gaff, I always say that I'm going to over decorate, and I just can't be asked. It's like no one, I don't see most, do you know what I mean? Like we in the living room mainly, it seems to point, I'm not somebody who's done it's like, Christmas duvet and what, like, I can't be asked any of that stuff. Like, so yeah, I'm a bit in between. Like I like my tree looking super Christmassy.
Yes.
I want all the lighting everywhere. In the living room, but other than that, that's kind of it. What about you as well?
I'm the same as you. Like I'm the same, like the living room it'll be Christmas in the living room, and it'll be like the same as like every other day of the year in every other room. It's like it's a lot of effort, isn't it? And like you see these people like getting out when they're ladders and like getting out and getting boxes and boxes and boxes of stuff. No, get a tree, decorate it nice. Oh, that's nice. And then I'm like you, not really fussed, to be honest.
Yeah, I'd like to do more for Halloween, to be honest, because I kind of I'm not even Halloween. I'm a really big autumnal girl. Like I love autumn. It's my favourite season, and I really wish that I did a lot more decorating for that, and I don't. It's a lot more candles come into the gaff, and then that's kind of it. So, but I would I'd like to make it. Yeah, I'd like lighting and orange leaves everywhere and stuff like that, and change the wreath maybe on the door. Like maybe that would be quite nice to do, but that's it really.
Right, your question number 15.
Can we say 4?
Oh, nice.
Oof.
A genie.
Is it a good one to finish off? Okay.
Yeah. A genie grants you one wish. What are you wishing for?
Oh fuck.
And not more wishes, because that was the one I was going to say.
Nah, that's the obvious one.
Yeah.
Do you know what? Like, I'm quite simple. As in, my main wish usually is just to be healthy, happy, and like for my family to be the same. That's always, even when it's so wanky, even when it's like birthday wishes and stuff, that's usually like my go-to. It's good like health. It's good health and be happy. That's kind of it. Like back in the day, I think before, like years ago, it would have been like, oh, I wish I could buy a house, wish I could buy a flat, and that was obviously when I was still living at home, and then I achieved that, and now I'm like, it's just I don't want anything else in life. I'm quite simple in that respect, so I'd say that is my wish. I'm guessing something similar for you?
Exactly the same. Like, it's funny because like a lot of your answers have been, I've had like similar, in my head I'm thinking, oh my god, that's exactly what I would say. And that's not me being lazy. It's like literally, exactly.
No,
that.
I get it.
It's
why we're friends. We have things in common.
Exactly.
We think alike. That's a good thing to know. Yeah, it's
But yeah, good health, as always, exactly that with the birthday wishes. I just wish, and like I used to pray. I don't, like, every now and again I do, like, go to church and stuff, but not like religiously. Or I used to like pray at night, and I always used to pray, that's it, that's just not for anything like really material, just that everyone is healthy and happy, and just strength really was one of the ones. I think before I broke up with my ex, I went to church. I was a horrible place, like a bad place. I went to church was my where I went to kind of find answers, and I didn't pray for like what he was doing to stop or anything. I literally just prayed for strength to like make the right decision and to just put me on the right path and stuff. So yeah, strength, health, and just to be strong in like whatever life has to throw at you at the end of the day. Like, you can't kind of wish for, particular things to happen. It's just that you want to, I just only hope that we're strong enough to deal with whatever happens and whatever comes our way, and that's it really.
I like that. Like, my grandma was very religious, and like we're Greek Orthodox, and that when I was younger, that was definitely instilled in me. As I got older, like I just kind of stopped. It just wasn't my thing. I just was like, I'm not that religious. Like, I would do any of the traditional stuff for her because I loved her. That was kind of it. It wasn't for anything else as such. And then I think when I lost, like, obviously all my grandparents are no longer with us, so especially my grandma and granddad on my mum's side, like I would always be like, not like pray to them, but I'd always be like, oh, they're watching me, like they'll, help me through this thing, or like, I'm gonna do, like, it'd mainly be things where, like, even the other day I kind of did it, like I had a presentation to do for like the team, and I was a bit like, I haven't presented in front of everyone yet before, so I was a bit like, oh fucking, I'm a bit nervous, like whatever. And then I was kind of like, they'll see me right, like I know I'll be okay, like I just like, and it was that kind of thing. And I know it's a really, like, is it superstition? I don't know what it is. It's just like a little trait that I have where it's like I feel like, oh, they're with me, like I know they're watching over me, and whether you believe that or not, whatever, it's like it's just my little thing of like I think it's like a comfort thing of saying, well, yeah, they're watching me. But
exactly.
It's funny because you said about going to church to save yourself. Mine was actually going to Australia, and that was what, like, mine was having like a I say it was like a solo trip, but it wasn't, because I had family in Australia, but I'd never gone anywhere by myself on my own, and I went like the furthest away possible. And it was like my mum, bless her, kind of, I'd had the breakup with the ex at the time, and I was just like not in a good place, and my mum was like, just go to Australia, this what you wanted to do, like this whole time, just go and find yourself, kind of thing. And I just started dating Ricky as well, when I, like, because I booked it when I was single, and then like I booked it January, went November, like I said, and then obviously I met Ricky in May, so it was just a bit like, okay, then it was fine. But excuse me, I think that kind of just did me like a world of good, of doing something that was just for me only. Went out and like had time. I think I was distracted a lot in a good way. Like even though I was with Ricky, I think I just needed distraction and not thinking about other stuff. So I think everyone has to find their own way of like finding peace with things and advice. Yeah, definitely. And like mine now is I think just talking to myself, almost actually having a bit like, okay, how am I feeling about the situation? Like, am I overreacting about it, underreacting about it? Should I be more upset? Like, even I sound so stupid, even like, so for those who don't know, Lynette and I are going to be doing a walk soon, but we're like committed to, but we're not committed to, just because I'm just a bit terrified. So basically, like, we're doing the mental health walk. It's the Glow Walk, which is for Mental Health UK, and it's like something like 12.4 miles. And we're saying yes to it, but we haven't signed up to it as of yet. And the only reason why is because I just want to do it. I'm doing a walk with Becca, who was on our last episode. She's agreed to do a walk with me and actually test myself out, because I haven't walked anything like that in about 11 years. So I'm kind of shitting myself ever so slightly. But I've found lately with the training and just walking alone has just kind of, I get that me time to think about stuff when it's not the gym and it's actually just going for a walk and having nothing to think about. And it's been really good. Yeah, I think that's just been something that's been super helpful. It's just going for that walk.
The endorphins that it releases is like, it's mad how you think like something as simple as like a walk, like you time to think to yourself and like in the mind and stuff. But actually kind of when I sent you that video the other day and then coming back from it, it was like, yeah, actually, I feel like I'm in a good place. It's weird, like, it's like what we were saying. You know what you need to do, and it's just doing it, isn't it?
There was I listened in on a course earlier actually, because I really want to actually get into life coaching. I want to do transformation coaching. I find it really interesting, and it's helped me so much that I'm like, I want to be able to like be part of that, and maybe someday help other people. And one of the things that they're sort of saying in particular is like, we ourselves have all the answers that we need, like for everything in our lives, and we just need to unlock that and understand it. And it's so crazy because it's like, it's so true. Like we literally have the solutions, we have the choices, we just don't know that sometimes we do. I think everything just, it's like lifting that fog and basically being like, oh, actually now this makes more sense. And that is obviously walking kind of helps with that. Obviously going to have like therapy or go to coach sessions helps with that. But it's just crazy. A lot of the time we don't actually realize what's in front of us, and we just need someone to kind of open our eyes for us and help us see that. And whether that be a heartbreak or a traumatic situation or a good situation, or just talking to someone in particular that understands you and gives you that space to be seen and be heard and stuff. It's just crazy. It's just a lot of it is really that loving yourself and actually understanding yourself better, and actually talking to yourself and realizing that there is options for a lot of things that we don't even realize that there is. So it's crazy.
And it's like, it's been like it's a theme, isn't it? And a lot of stuff that we've spoken about. And I'm just thinking back to like the most recent one with Becca, where we're talking about food and how like, we're actually born with the instincts to like, we know when we're hungry, we know when we're full and to stop eating and stuff like that. And actually the kind of message that came out from like the last episode was just to listen to your body and to listen to what it's saying. And it's trying to talk to you, it's telling you like, if you're bloated, like this isn't right, or if you've got a headache or something, you need to drink water, or you're dehydrated or stuff like that. It's like exactly that. We know all of this, we're equipped with it all, but like for some reason, like you say, things need to happen or does happen for us to kind of actually realize some of those things.
It is crazy. We are weird, and I don't know, we rely, I definitely have learnt this in the last year or so that I don't need it now, but I feel like we rely on so many other people to tell us when we're doing a good job, when we're looking good, when we're feeling, do you know what I mean? Like I feel like we rely on like family and friends and strangers almost, like, because obviously with social media, to tell us when we're doing good at something. Like we need that validation, or we need to be told that it's the right thing to do. And I think that's from like, I guess that kind of is your whole life, right? When you go to, when your parents tell you you're a good kid when you've done well, when you go to school and a teacher says you did a good job, like when you are working and someone says you did really well on something, when you've gone out and you made an effort and someone says you look really nice, like we're constantly relying on other people to tell us that we're good or we're okay or we're beautiful, whatever, but we never tell ourselves that. And like we should trust our own instincts. That's it. It's like who is anyone else to dictate anything, any of those things? It's like, but you don't realize it. Like it's just crazy that you're like, you don't kind of realize how much you rely on other people, but you don't need fucking anybody. Like, and that's, without sounding horrible, you don't need anyone. Like you just need to know, you need to look after you. You are your biggest, best like fan, person, friend in that respect, because if you don't do that for you, then no one else is going to care for you on that same level. Do you know what I mean? So that's a really weird turn we took at the ending of the questions, but
we've been on a ride today.
Very deep. It's very deep. We have been on a ride. Oh god, I'm still laughing at the guitar and the ghosting one night stand is just, I think it's been my highlights of today's show. It's fucking brilliant.
Oh gosh.
Well, thank you, Lynette, for putting all those questions together for me. I think people maybe got to know me better. I don't know.
Oh, I've had fun getting to know you better, so
it's been fun for definite. We'll definitely need to do like I feel like we're getting braver now with the questions as well, and I feel like we were quite polite at the beginning because we were like, we don't want to offend each other, but now it's like, fuck it, it's all out there, let's go.
We were dipping our toes in and out of this NSFW.
Mate, I'm not easily shocked, so it's for me it's like I would rather you go out there and me tell you to rein it back in than to be safe. Like honestly, I'm not easily offended, so it's like honestly nothing, I don't give a shit. But no, thank you so much.
Night everyone.
See you then. Night. Bye guys. How do I leave this chat? I found it.
Get out of it. How do I get out of it?
How do I get out? Right, now I found found the door. I'm officially leaving. I found the door. I'm out. I'll see you guys later. Mwah.
Bye.
Mood. We're relatable as fuck.